Hello, my little munchkins, crones, and sunflowers. How are you on this Monday night? And what do I have to say to you? Welcome. No, what do I say? Back to Life Monday.
Yes.
And the word of the week is excelsior, meaning to reach higher and higher. I injured my shoulder. I don't know how. I woke up with a stiff shoulder. Well, I didn't. It just got stiff overnight. I don't know what happened. I was fine. It was already bothering me, but then it was like as soon as it got night, the old lady arthritis or something came creeping in. I could have hit it or something. I don't know. I could have worked it out too much.
I actually think it could have maybe been the way you slept.
Well, anyway, the word of the week is excelsior. Keep reaching higher. And with that being said, baby Crone, what are we going to talk about?
Yes, we are going to be talking about Real Housewives of Potomac. Yes. Well, it was actually a very juicy episode. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
So, first off, we're going to start off with Nneka. Yes, it was Nneka who... So first off, Nneka wants to get pregnant. She's mentioned it before. However, she has taken the next step of getting the egg and sperm directly entered into the lining of her uterus, so that way it will ensure
it will hopefully
get her pregnant. That just increases the chances a little bit more.
But they showed the sperm; they was active.
Yes, that was amazing to see baby Crone was enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
So, to keep on theme, speaking of somebody else who wants to have kids, we have Candace, who at first I didn't believe her at first because she wasn't really taking the steps to proactively.
She was, but then she stopped. Go ahead. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry.
And then she started her music career, and then she was talking about how she was stressed, and she's not sure if she can have a child while having all this stress.
And then she had something with the breasts and this.
Yes, and she didn't want to aggravate that either. So it just seems like everything was coming up for her not to have a child. Mm-hmm. So she finally called in a therapist to talk to about her problems.
Mm-hmm.
And did you want to finish off from there?
Yeah, I have something to say about it. Thank you, baby.
Yes,
you wanted to pass the mic, right?
Yes, I wanted to pass the mic.
Okay. The way that I see it, this you may not share on this. Candace have a difficult time conceiving.
Yeah.
Part of the reason, if it's 4 parts, 1/3 of it, am I right? Is with
1/4 of it.
Thank you, baby. 1/4 of it is what Candace really wasn't putting the full effort in like she should have. But as Candace get older, she's 36 now?
Let me look.
And her biological clock is what?
Mm-hmm.
And now she wants a baby. But this is going to be the problem.
She's 37. Right, she just recently had a birthday as a Sagittarius.
Oh, that's right. So my thing is, when she said what she said about
Gazelle
womb, you don't ever, when you say something negative about a woman's womb that gives birth, and Gazelle was losing hers.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. You're cursing upon yourself. As women, you could get mad, you ugly, you stink, but you'll never curse the womb of a woman. There are just some things you just don't do as a woman. And that's one of them.
Yes, that's honestly true.
And look at her.
Mm-hmm.
Look at her, having a hard time. But see, Gazelle had 3. 2 times pregnant, 1 single, and the other one was twins. And yet you haven't had one at 37 years old.
Yes. The therapist did help her come to realize that it was just her having a fear of getting pregnant, which I guess I could understand that in a sense. But my question is, what was the fear that was really keeping her behind? That's what they didn't seem to cover, at least not on camera.
I think that what I gather is a fear of just being pregnant, having your stomach swell, losing your shape, going through the not the menopause, but going through the hormonal changes, going through all of that, being sick, especially when the first 3-6 months, not everybody, but having to be that way and careful, and the lifestyle she lived, I think that got in the way of what Candace wanted. However, Candace already had a problem in getting pregnant. Yes, and there is a reason for that. And a lot of times it's because of the birth control or the IUDs that cause great problems for women. Go ahead, baby Crone.
Yes. That was pretty much all we had to say about Candace.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to somebody else, also keeping on theme of therapy.
We were talking about Nika. What's her name?
Neka.
I'm glad to see Neka doing that. I am. I hope it take, and I hope it work for her. I really do. I really do. I really do. And you know what I liked about Neka? They showed all the cameramen trying to squeeze up in that little room. I tell you. But I don't know if I would have wanted that. That seems so invasive. But
what can you do?
Did it.
You're a reality TV star. Your life is public.
I can say this part is private.
Okay, fair enough.
I see you when I'm outside getting ready to ride home.
Yeah, that is true. They can have a little bit of control of privacy.
Mm-hmm.
However, somebody else that was visiting therapy was Mia and Gordon. Them having a couples meeting. Honestly, you can just really tell that Mia is
over him.
Yeah. He wants to try.
He wants her.
Yes, he does.
I said that last week. Mia like,
this is why, because she misses the well, she said
that's what she says.
Yes, even though the romance was never there, she said she misses that part, and she misses who she married at the beginning, and she felt like he has changed.
See what I mean?
Yes.
Delusional people. And I think what it is that he never was a romantic person, but he thought that was understood. Mm-hmm. And you could see that because when she reached for his hand, she gave it to her, but he ain't reached to do hers. So you could see that. And you know, being with someone that's like that is difficult. I understand that too. Being with someone that's not like that.
And then all the ups and downs that she said that they were going through.
It doesn't make it good. You just feel unloved when you have to be the pursuer, you know? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And moving on to that, we have Robin next, because Robin is looking for a location to open up her business, which is called Glow 30. That is such a beautiful name. I love it. Glow 30. Anyway. So she's looking for a place that...
It's that 3.
It is. But the reason why she is looking for this location is because Wanda isn't working at the moment, and she wants to stabilize the finances for her family, but she also wants something of her own. Mm-hmm. So therefore she is opening up her business and making it, I guess, transitioning from an online store to an in-person store. Which is nice.
Very nice. Very nice. And at that time, that's when she was talking to Gazelle and was asking Gazelle about her father. So, and also, I know I saw it last week. I just want to elaborate it on again. I thought it was so funny when she was going downstairs to answer the door, and when she got halfway down the steps and she heard Candace's voice, how she went, uh-oh, and spreading up them steps, rushed walking, and trying to act normal. She was brisk walking, and then put something in her mouth like, I've been here the whole time. I thought that was funny. I'm sorry. But she's one of my faves. She's definitely top of my fave.
Mm-hmm. Right. That is actually very interesting, because transitioning on from that, speaking of Gazelle's father, Gazelle is just having a week, she said. First, her daughter had went off and her oldest daughter had went off, so that was a
To college.
separation. Yep, to college. So that was something she had to deal with, and she was in the process of planning G&A with Ashley, this fashion show, and so therefore she had all these commitments that she had to do, which she said she fell through on, but everybody understood. So and the reason why she fell through on those plans was because she found out, to her surprise, that her father had brain cancer. So, and he was in the hospital and had to get surgery. So she had all this going on, and she was still trying to pursue through it. And she ended up being at the fashion show for G&A. And Rob and Karen did pull her aside to talk to her and check in on her. I did enjoy that.
I did. And I like it when Karen looked right in her, she saw the hurt. She saw the sadness. She saw that in Gazelle. She really, really did see that in Gazelle. Yeah. And I really think that her feelings was heartfelt. I really feel as though she felt for Gazelle at that moment.
Yes.
But Gazelle showed up.
Yes,
she showed up and put on. At first, I thought she was going to lose it, but she was a trooper. And Gazelle is good. She can hold back them tears. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, she's really.
But my face get all red and nose. I know that's just the start. I haven't even had a tear yet. I get all. This is already crying before one even trickled out my eye. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, Jesus. But go ahead.
Yes, and Gazelle decided to point out and acknowledge Ashley for stepping up to the plate and really taking up the slack that Gazelle. I mean, I understand why she would do that, because I would feel bad too, because we're a partnership and I fell through on my half.
She didn't fall through the circumstances, but what I loved about it is she gave Ashley her props.
Yes, she did.
She didn't steal it for herself. And she was ever so grateful. And at the end, you know, the way she sprinted away.
Yes, she did. Just
trying to get back to her daddy. And I didn't like what Wendy said. There's just a time. And see, I think they just need to just cut it.
Yes. Well, where's the learn to forgive and forget?
You don't have to forget. Okay. And you don't have to forgive. That's your prerogative, in my opinion, baby, not to go against you. Okay. My thing is that's beautiful to be able to forgive, because if you truly forgive, that means you truly let it go. And if you let it go, you'll forget about it. Yep. Period. However, I just wish that they could just leave it. Just put on airs when they're together. Don't go. Why did you show up at their feast? That's what I don't understand about Wendy.
I don't know.
Why did you show up? There are some things you show up and some things you don't.
Yes. Because that was so awkward when Wendy showed up.
It was awkward.
Yes, it was. She was like, congratulations.
And then at the end, I'm not going to be nice to her because she talked about my mother. She would never do that.
No.
Did they show the clip? No,
they did not, because there was no.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yes. And what's even more ridiculous.
And your mother was in the hospital for something that you said that was very small. But her father is dying. Why did you stop? Wendy is so, don't please.
I'm sorry, we're almost finished with Wendy. However, I didn't like how the cast, well, it really wasn't the cast. It was Wendy, Candace, and a little bit of Karen judging Gazelle and Ashley's fashion line.
Well, that's what they do. Because the other ones would have done the same thing, maybe. But that doesn't bother me. That's what they do, because Karen always feels though she could do it better until she does it. And then you be like, Karen, I thought you said you could do it better. I tell you one thing, their spread that they had for the food was delicious looking. The food made me want to go there and eat some food. It was delicious.
So Wendy filmed this is the last thing we have to talk about Wendy. Wendy had filmed the pilot for her podcast
Mm-hmm.
called It's called the Dr. Wendy Show, and the first theme was Black Girl Magic. So she invited all these Black entrepreneurs on, and I guess to talk about the success of business. So congratulations to Wendy, finally, I guess, getting something rolling for her podcast. Let's hope the endeavor gets through.
I hope it worked for you, Wendy.
Yes,
I do
that is
hope
true.
that. Mm-hmm.
Now, here we have. Oh, yes. Before we move on to what happened at the after show, Mia did a little photo shoot where the ladies of Real Housewives of Potomac, like the cast, got to dress up as their icons. And Mia made it clear to the group that NECA wasn't invited simply for the fact that she was a new girl. And because of that, she wasn't incorporated into the planning at first. And also, I guess the artist really couldn't pick her style quite yet because he's not familiar with
Well,
her.
let me step in here.
Okay.
I kind of liked it because Mia had already taken her out to dinner or lunch or breakfast, whatever it was, and told her. So I wouldn't have been offended. I understand you haven't been here long enough. You haven't been a part of this, even though you're the queen. No. Was it petty?
I don't think it was petty. I understood it. If you're new and this is supposed to celebrate the Real Housewives Potomac ladies, it's like you're a newcomer and you're not really a part of the group just yet. I mean, I guess
I'm 50 in and 50.
excluded.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. You could have put her in anyway. I 50% understand it, and I 50%, I get it. But I 50% don't. But I 50% understand it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I liked how all the ladies look, though.
Everyone. I'm glad that they changed the Ashley hairstyle and put her on a short wig, because at that moment she really did look like Dorothy Dandridge. I mean, the pictures of what I've seen of Dorothy Dandridge. Mm-hmm. And then Carmen Jones, she really did Dorothy Dandridge. Isn't that who?
Yes, it was Dorothy Dandridge.
Didn't she play in Dorothy? Yeah, Dorothy Dandridge played in I just said it. What was the movie I just said?
Cameron Jones.
What was it?
Cameron Jones.
Cameron Jones, right. Cameron Jones. That's a good movie. It's old. It's very old. Before my time. It's old. When was it made?
Let's see. 1954.
Oh, it's old. Before my time. And not only that, it's it shows, the movie is about, she falls in love with a soldier. I mean, I saw it when I was young, If you ever get a chance, look at it. It's a musical. It's a definitely musical, and it's a very good musical at that. Mm-hmm. Carmen Jones, look at it. It's definitely a Black musical. I think you'll appreciate it. We'll look at it.
Okay, that will be.
That's one thing we do.
Yes,
I turn on to okay. Before we go on, name 3 movies that are old that I turned you on to that you can think of.
Is it called Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
Okay.
Any 3, because I know it's a lot of them. It could be scary. It don't matter, but they have to be old, before you were born.
Does Interview with a Vampire count?
Yes.
Okay. Does Grey Gardens count as well?
You was born with Grey Gardens.
Okay. You know what?
What about, I'm gonna throw one out there.
Dorian Gray.
Okay, let me throw one out. Because did you see Dorian Gray? But let me throw one out for you. What about what is it? When the House Renew Itself?
Oh.
Burnt Offering.
Yes, that was good too.
That freaks me out even to this day. If you ever get a chance, it's an old movie. It's called really Burnt Offering. I fumbled upon it years ago, and that thing is creepy. Please look at me. It's a psychological, freaky, creepy movie. If you ever get a chance, it's called Burnt Offering. And the one actress that I remember is Karen Black. If you ever get a chance, treat yourself if you haven't seen it. If you're into really scary, it's not a horror movie, but it is a creepy, scary movie.
Yes.
If you ever get a chance.
Yeah, like a psychological thriller in a sense.
Yeah. because it messed with your psyche.
Mhm.
So I don't want to give no more. But if
Okay.
you ever get a chance, burnt offering.
Yeah, and the last thing we have to finish off with is after Gazelle and Ashley's fashion show, there was like an after party.
Mhm.
And of course, Ashley's going to invite her friends. So Deborah was invited.
Yeah.
And Wendy kind of had a problem with it. Deborah played nice. Like Deborah even said hi to her, gave her like a little hug and I guess like a cheek kiss. And Wendy did the same back, but then in the confessional.
I'm sorry. I tried to move. I hurt my shoulder.
And then in the confessional, Wendy said that Deborah was being fake in the sense, God, whatever Wendy says. But whatever happened, cameras had stopped recording, but their microphones were still on.
Hot.
Yes. Yes, the microphones were still hot. And so we heard a fight go down. I think Deborah approached, was it Candace? And
they didn't show us, so we wouldn't know until next week. They just let us hear it, and I was like, I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know either, because it just seemed, it actually kind of, the way production made it sound like that Deborah was coming and attacking Candace because she was just like,
I thought it was I thought it was coming in and going with Wendy.
It could be.
Because Wendy was on watch live what's happening. I don't think a fight or anything broke out. I think she threw a glass of drink or something. I don't know what happened. So, but it didn't tell us. So I won't know about next week. I have no idea what happened with that. So let's see. Is there anything else that we cover? Everything.
We covered everything.
Yeah. Well, let's send prayers going up.
Sending prayers up for
prayers going up for Gazelle and her father as she see her father expires. I wish her nothing but blessings, and it's a hard time, and it was kind of hard to see Gazelle not joking.
Yeah,
she was just somber. She was joking, and she put on a brave face, but she was. Yeah, you could tell she had that all written on her face. My daddy gone, and all she wanted to do was get there with back to him. I so understand that so much.
Yes, I do have a quick question. Yeah, how do you feel about family members not telling you about their health conditions? Because this was sprung onto her, so she didn't even know her.
He probably didn't even know.
Okay,
it probably was something that's what happened to my dad. So they just bring them, it happens. And next thing I know, my dad was gone.
Got you.
So, but anyway, I don't want to think sad. So that was the episode. Do you have anything that you want to talk about? Anything else you want to add, take away? Anything you want to elaborate on?
No, I feel like we've covered everything pretty much.
Well, I thought this was a very good episode.
Yeah, good.
And I wonder, do you think that Candace is going to have a baby within this year, get pregnant this year in 2024? Let's do a prediction.
No.
Okay. She said no.
What was your prediction?
I said, let us do a prediction.
Oh, okay. We stand in one.
You don't want to?
No, we can. We can both say no.
I wanted to do a prediction, but that's okay. So anyway, baby Crone said, no, I don't care. You don't care to know whether or not she would have a baby. I understand.
Oh, a card with I thought, you're right. Why else will we make a prediction without the cards?
I'm not saying no.
I thought
because if I say something, it'll be mean. Because I just let you go on now. I don't try to stop you. Just let you go on. But go ahead. So we good?
Yes, we good.
All right. So with that being said, we thank you for joining us with this. What is it?
Real Housewives of Potomac.
Real Housewife of Potomac. And I think this week or next week we'll be looking at Jax.
Yes, it's this week. We're going to be watching Jax.
Oh,
actually,
I'm excited.
Tomorrow.
And tomorrow we'll be looking at Vanderpump Rules. Yes. And Jax. And that new episode. So please join us as we give our commentary.
We might even be watching Buying Beverly Hills with Mauricio.
Oh, we definitely going to be wearing that. I mean,
Watching that.
we're definitely going to be watching that and commenting on it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that would be on Netflix. So we're definitely going to be doing that too. So with all of this, I like doing stuff like this. And always in the middle, if I find a good movie, Baby Crone may take a few minutes out and talk about it.
Yes.
There was a movie that I saw before and that was what was it? The orchestra? No, what was the name of it?
Oh, Maestro.
Oh my God. Oh my
I saw like the
God.
second half of it, but it was.
I thought that it was good. And the camera work and the artisticness of the camera work that Baby pointed out to me to watch. I so enjoyed it. How they put the two bars on the side and made and what's his name of the guy who played it? Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
He did such a good job.
Yeah.
That Baby, you didn't know who he was.
No, I didn't, but he had a very artistic eye too to be a producer on this as well.
He was the producer. He was good. The lady who played, I don't know her name. I think she played in An Education. That is a good one. I'm going to turn you on to that. What's her name?
Okay. Carrie McGullen?
Yes, I'm going to turn you on to her because I think that if I'm not mistaken, see if she played in An Education. I'm just curious. Just see if that's one of the movies that she played in. Yeah. You have to see that one. That's the next one that we're going to look at. Okay. If you get a chance, look at An Education. What's her name?
Carrie McGullen.
Please look at it. That's another very good movie. But so anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed our recap. We have the so got what next week? So this week is their last episode.
For what?
For Vanderpump Rules.
I'm not sure, but we might be coming close to the end because we heard that they're getting ready to start filming for the reunion.
Okay. Well, with that being said, that's what happened on Potomac. Like we said, prayers going up to Gazelle. I didn't like what Wendy remarked. You know, sometimes this tit for tat, grow up. Be better. Don't follow somebody to hell, but follow people to heaven. The choice is yours.
I like that.
Just because somebody else is doing wicked, you ain't got to be wicked. Rise up. Think bigger. And you know what happened? You'll be blessed for it. You'll be a better person for it. Do better, Wendy. Do better. All I'm saying is if these things are happening, you rise up. Because you're the one with the big education.
Exactly.
So I expect more from you. So that's all I got. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. We know we did. We do that little gap talk in the middle of it. Yes. But I hope you enjoy it anyway. And with that being said, what do we say, baby? Give me a hands up. Wait a minute. Give me a hands up when I'm ready.
Okay.
Sunflowers.